Hey everyone, it's Ivan with KidBadger.com, here to bring you perhaps a cautionary tale. I'm here with my buddy Seth, a childhood friend who was kind enough, being an ER nurse, to share a bunch of knowledge with us. We did a video a while back on how to insert an IV catheter, and then we also did a follow-up video. Maybe one should be in front of the other, but why to start one and when you would start one. And we're back a third time because he's kind enough to let me use his arm for the first time I attempt to start an IV. Before I get started, I'm gonna make sure I have everything I need. Right here, I've got my saline solution, I have my tubing, IV start set, IV catheter, and INT. So right now, I'm gonna prep all this, get it ready, so I can stick my buddy with that right there. And so now I need to spike this guy, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Take out this.
Push
harder. That's what she said. All right. She also said that you're in. All right. So now at this point, drop that guy. Untangle this. And I want to make sure I have something coming in there so I can give this a squeeze, right?
What's this?
Squeeze that guy. Perfect. More in there.
Perfect.
All right. And so once I do that, I can undo my roller clamp, and I'm going to end up basically bleeding this line. Flood it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You flush it all the way through.
So opening that guy up.
There you go.
Boom. Got IV solution all the way to here, and I close this off, right? All right. We're getting closer to the part where I stick you. This is your INT. It's kind of optional. Generally used if you're not hooking directly up to a IV bag, but since I have it, we're gonna go ahead and flush it. So I'm going to take this guy off and get this married up. And then take my roller, give me some juice, bring that lower, and I'm good to go. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and prep everything and get it ready before I glove up. So for the IV starter kit, I'm gonna go ahead and peel this guy back. And I wanna make sure I have access to my tourniquet, which I'm gonna be using, as well as my dressing, alcohol wipe, and my tape. If my tape isn't already tabbed, which it is, fortunately, then I would tab it at this point. Peel that back a little more. And then right now I want to go ahead and get this ready also. Time to glove up. I'm now going to apply my tourniquet and find a site. And now I'm all gloved up because we're going to get ready to stick my buddy here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my wipe out. I'm gonna do a super good job making sure that the site and all around it is nice and sterile and clean. So I can see my site. I'm gonna go ahead and anchor the vein in a second. And keeping the bevel up. I'm gonna insert this guy until I get a flash. I got a flash. I'm now going to tiny bit further and then start
Don't pull the needle. Advance
pushing the catheter forward.
Hold with that, and then with this hand, push this forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to anchor that, get rid of that guy, and I now need to go ahead and screw this guy on. Screw it on, and Dude, I have newfound respect for anyone that runs these. That should be on there, right? So I can release the tourniquet. And at this point, I need to apply my bandage.
So you don't have to hold pressure because now it's...
I'm gonna now go ahead and cover it with this bandage, making sure I cover the insertion site as well as where it attaches to the hub.
Peel this off.
And get this guy peeled off.
And then get your tape and anchor it with your tape.
Now, do I want to anchor across in the hub or? Gotcha. This is way easier when your patient helps you. So I'm going to go ahead and anchor across here, across there. Cut that off. And now I need to flush the line, right?
Correct.
Now that I have that all taped off, the moment of truth right now, where I want to go ahead and hold up this bag and release this roller clamp. And what should happen when I release this guy is this should start dripping. But I'm not seeing that happening, which means more than likely I probably went through the vein.
So unfortunately for Ivan, that was an unsuccessful IV start, but I think overall he did pretty good. He didn't want any cueing from me. He wanted to actually try and do it. So he did pretty well. He got his flash, and what I think happened is I think he went through the back of the vein, so he was having a hard time advancing the catheter. But all in all, I think he did pretty good. There's techniques where you could save that or attempt to, but I think that's for another video on troubleshooting IVs. One more thing I want to touch on though is the INT or extension set. He said they're optional. For pre-hospital, they are optional, but in the hospital, we put them on every IV. It just gives us the chance to, one, test an IV, and also we can disconnect the IV tubing if we want to discontinue that saline and maybe do another bag or change out without having to change out the complete tubing. I don't know, how do you feel about it?
Shit's hard. My takeaways from this entire experience is, one, newfound respect for you and your skill set and pretty much anyone else that has to do this, especially under pressure. And two, just like any other skill, like you start somewhere and then you improve from there. And it's good knowing, I guess, kind of what I maybe did wrong there. And moving forward, I absolutely know what to expect and how it should ideally go. But awesome opportunity to learn and try something new. And again, I appreciate not only your arm, but you taking the time and sharing your knowledge, man. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.